Hey, horse lovers and math doers. Let's talk about rounding. And no, I don't mean barrel racing rounding, like rounding the third barrel or anything. Let's talk about rounding these numbers. I know it can kind of seem pointless, but today we're going to talk about how rounding can help us save time and get back outside and do what we want to love to do instead of sitting here looking at our math paper. So let's get this done and let's look at rounding. Rounding is where we will adjust the numbers given on what they're valued at. So for an example of this, rounding is just turning like this 39 and 54 hundredths into an equal 40. So if that is something you may not be comfortable with, let's talk about it, look at the rules, and get it done. So how to round numbers? Well, first, we got to find the place value that they're asking us to round to. We're going to look to the number of its right. So in this case, if it's 14 and 54 hundredths, we might be asked to look at the tenths place. So we're going to find the place value. We're going to look to the number on its right, which is going to be this 4. And if it's 5 or greater, this 4 right here, the one that's neighbor, we're going to make the tenths place bigger. If it's 4 or less, we're going to let it rest, meaning this is going to stay the same. So here we're going to have 14 and 5 tenths as our lasting answer. All right, so let's look at some examples here. Let's round to the ones place. So first, according to our rules, we've got to find the ones place. We're going to look to the right of it. If it's 5 or greater, we add one more. 4 or less, let it rest, right? So this is a 9 here and it's bigger. So then that's going to change our ones place. So this is going to equal 26. Now we're being asked to round to the tenths place. So not this tens place. Make sure you pay attention to the TH at the end, the tenths place. So we're looking right here at this 0. Once we find the 0, we're going to look to the number on its right, the 5. Now this is the 5, so if it's 5 or greater, we're going to add 1 to this place value. So our answer here is going to be 345 and 1/10. Very good. Now, this can be helpful if you're ever asked to keep track of times, like at a barrel race or a roping or a speed event, and you want to kind of round that last number to make it a little bit easier. For example, here around the place, we really care about how much time things takes us to get done. Because if I have a volunteer worker and they're going to help me do feeding and stall mucking and things like that, I kind of have to have an idea of how long it's going to take them and whether they're dilly-dallying or not, or if they're going to have enough time to ride a horse before they have to go home. So let's look at that. Let's put this in real life here. So, how much time does it take to do chores? Now, this is kind of a rough estimate. That's the thing about rounding. Rounding is just kind of an estimate, an about. So, let's say that watering takes about 10 minutes. We're going to round this to the ones place again. So, if watering takes 10 minutes, I got to find my ones. I'm going to look to the right. It's going to be 10 and 45 hundredths, but we're going to round it to just 10 minutes. Okay. Now, what do you think cleaning stalls? What would that round to? Yep. If you said 20, you would be correct because we find the ones place. This is only one here, so it does not change the ones place. All right, now feeding. Go ahead, pause the video, take a chance at it. I hope you underline the 5. You look to the right, saw that that was a 6. 6 is big enough to change the 5 in the ones place. So that should be 16 minutes for feeding. And then grooming, same thing, give yourself a chance. Okay, so 12. And then we're going to look at those 2, look at the 5 to the right, equals 13 minutes. Very good. So about how much time then should I budget for somebody helping me get stuff done for the chores? Well, to solve that, what do you think we need to do? Add it all up and find the total. So we've got 10 plus 20, and that's 30, plus 16, that's 46, plus 13 more, which is 59. Ooh, okay. So if we were going to round this up, 59 minutes is pretty close to 1 hour. So when I have somebody willing to come help me work here around the place, it should take them about 1 hour. Very good. So see how quickly we were able to tally all this up compared to if we were to have to sit here and add all of this information up. I would much rather add it up this way than the other way. Very good. All right, so now another practicality of this is just when you want to get an idea of about something is worth, right? So in this example, we're going to look at some bits here. And horses sometimes can be sensitive to different kinds of bits that they're going to ride. And that's something that we like to think about. These kind of bits are all snaffle bits that we're going to look at. And snaffle bit is referring to, like I said, the cheek piece. Here we have an egg butt, and then we've got a full cheek. And then here we've just got an O-ring. Very good. And it's kind of similar to egg butt. It's kind of got a little bit of oval. So you could kind of possibly describe it as an egg butt, but that would be your own personal preference. Let's look at which one. Okay, so first we got to round them to the tenths place. So what place value are we going to underline here? Well, let's look at A. Hopefully you'd say the 6. And then we're going to look to the right of it at that 3. Is this 3 big enough to change the 6? Is it bigger than 5? Nope, it is not. So this is gonna stay 12 and 6 tenths. Now if we look at B, this full cheek snaffle, so we're gonna underline the 0, look to the right, we have a 5. The 5 is big enough to change that 0, so it's gonna be 15 and 1 tenth. And then now we've got C here at the end. We're gonna look at this first 5, that's the tenths place. We're gonna look to the number on the right, that's the hundredths. This 5, is it big enough to change the first 5? It is. That's going to become 20 and 6 tenths now. Very good. Okay, so now I want to know which one is the lightest. Well, we've got 12 and 6 tenths, 15 and 1 tenth, and 20 and 6 tenths. Well, it looks like A is going to be our lightest one. And which one is going to be our heaviest? C is going to be our heaviest. Very good. Well, now if you, I challenge you guys to go out to the barn and see, how can you use rounding when you go out and do things to save yourself some time and some brain space. Anyways, subscribe for more if you found this helpful and you're interested in talking horses and math with me. Take care.